light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long. For me, only for me.
We've talked about this.
Good afternoon.
You can't call me up when we're in the same house. Hello? It's not on. Look, if you want to come and ask me something, just do it, because I'm not speaking on the phone to someone in my own house.
Why not?
It's not on, is it? It's lazy.
To not come and hunt for you.
It wouldn't take much hunting. I'm only downstairs.
I don't know that. You might have left for the day.
How could I have? You can hear me down here. Hello?
No, I can't.
Can't what?
I can't hear anything at all.
I'm not making any noise right now.
Really?
No, before. Huh? I was making noise before when I was moving around.
Well, could you actually?
Could I what?
Could you make some noise? I think it would help.
No.
Go on, just shout something.
I'm not making contrived noise.
Contrived noise.
Yeah, I was making organic noise before, going about my business. I'm not making contrived noise now, just for you.
Shout something.
No.
Go on, just shout something, or any kind of noise. Just a kind of...
Oh.
Just anything like that. You're a very quiet person. Go on, just make some kind of noise so I know you're there. Otherwise, how can I be sure you're downstairs?
You could see.
It would really help if you made some kind of sound. I think something's up here. I can't be sure just at the moment, but I'm pretty sure something's got in.
I've got to go now.
No, you're not going.
Look, you can't call me up from inside the same house. I'm not the help.
No help whatsoever.
What?
My window's still jammed open.
That's unfixable. The mechanism's being painted over. It can't be moved. It's unfixable, but at least it's open exactly the right amount.
It's too cold in the winter and too hot in the summer. Is the door handle unfixable? And the hole in the ceiling and the skirting board?
Look, if you want to talk to me about all these things, you can come down and do it face to face.
So you can look me in the eye and claim they're unfixable.
Or put it in writing.
In writing? Why is that better than the phone?
Okay, I'm going to go now.
Should I get the headed paper out? And is it okay to slip it under your door, or shall I go out and post it first class back where I came from?
Look, if it's so horrible to live here, maybe you should move out.
You don't mean that. You need the money.
Well, you need the room, so... What was that?
Just be quiet.
That's a very easy way to make me quiet.
I swear something's up here. You can't hear any scrabbling on the floorboards, scratching on the floorboards.
Shouldn't you be painting?
I've been painting.
Good.
I've been painting all morning. I was up before you. I heard you in the shower.
Okay.
The most horrendous collection of noises I've ever witnessed.
What noises?
A quite incredible collection of grunts, coughs and snorts. What is it you're clearing out of yourself? It's like half your body mass comes out through your nose every morning.
It's really not.
And when I've already been busy working for hours, it totally puts me off my stride.
I thought you said I was quiet.
You are. Apparently, until you hit the water, then you turn into a little hog in a trough. A wild boar who's finally found a water hole.
It can't be that bad. But every time I hit the water, I go swimming on a Saturday morning.
It's a wonder you've not been banned. I know you do that. I know you go swimming every Saturday morning. I do live here.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
You forgot I live here.
No, what I mean is that...
You're being very strange this morning. I think we need a new system.
No, look, things will go back to normal,
There's
I promise.
something concerning in my bedroom.
Oh.
Something distressing.
What is it?
I don't mean to alarm you, but there's quite a large amount, frankly, an insane amount of crockery build-up in here.
Right, and what's that got to do with
Mugs,
me?
it was especially mugs. There must be well over a dozen, well over a baker's dozen even.
A baker's dozen.
I did a painting so you'd know the extent of the problem.
Are you holding something up right now?
Look.
You know that I can't see you.
Oh. It's a picture of a lot of mugs.
Right.
An extraordinary number of mugs, really. So let's resolve this together.
Together?
Yes.
I can think of a fairly simple solution.
Excellent.
But in no way does it involve even the slightest hint of the word together.
You're quite right. You are, after all, the landlord. I am, after all, the tenant. Would leaving them outside the door help? So
What?
you don't actually have to come in? And would you like the mug stacked? Another kind, time-saving measure? Maybe we'll come back to this.
Maybe!
I have a final concern. I was looking outside this morning.
Oh, through the open window?
Through the window open at the absolutely exact right amount. And I was wondering if you had any concerns about the garden.
Isn't it looking beautiful?
It is, but the lawn.
Right.
I was studying it this morning. Something's up.
Okay.
Okay, I can't believe you actually have concerns about a lawn. Or okay, I'd love to know how I can help.
Okay.
It's all covered with what looks a bit like bones.
Oh, they are bones.
Christ.
They're chicken bones from last night. I've just thrown them out for the foxes.
Do we have any interest in encouraging foxes? Wouldn't we want to keep the foxes at bay?
I'm just helping out.
A friend of mine did get faced down by a fox once. One of those bold, scrawny London ones. She was walking through Balham very late at night and spotted one about 20 metres down the pavement just staring at her. And she kept walking, thinking eventually the fox would run off or at least give way, but it didn't move a muscle. And she got closer and closer until they were face to face, stood right up next to each other. Terrifying.
What happened?
I told you the fox won. It stared her down. She had to add half an hour onto her journey. I've noticed something else. There's something hanging from the wall of the house. It's filled with nuts or something.
Yes.
Just hanging in midair.
It's a bird feeder.
What is it for?
For feeding the birds.
Obviously, but have you seen the pigeons around here?
The pigeons?
They're enormous. They're not like London pigeons at all. Great big stout. Yes, I think it's for us to encourage them.
Well, it's mostly other birds that use the feeder.
And what's come up in my flower bed, the one beneath the window?
Oh, the irises.
The what?
The irises. I planted them last year. Aren't they doing well? Oh, you can't have a problem with the irises. They're flowers.
Yes, but have you seen what they're...
What is it now?
Quiet! The noise again. Did you hear it? Something's definitely got in.
Nothing's got in.
You can't be sure, just listen.
How could anything have got in?
Can't you hear that? Can't you hear the scrabbling and scratching about from down there? Can't you?
No, I can't hear a thing.
It's claws on the floorboards or up against the skirting boards, but they're not little frantic claws. These are long and they're carrying some weight. There's some heft behind these claws. It's something quite bulky. I'm telling you, something's got in. Please just listen for a moment. This is what happens. This is what happens when you give nature free rein.
What happens?
I'm not blaming you.
Blaming me for what?
But it's a wake-up call. We need to be a bit more careful.
Nothing here.
You're not going to be able to hear anything if you keep shouting at me.
I'm not shouting.
You are. I've got two of you. You on the phone and you echoing up the stairs.
All right, let's think about this rationally for a minute. Nothing could have got in. The doors are locked, the downstairs windows are shut, and I would have known if something else was here.
That's very rational.
Exactly.
It's extremely rational.
Thank you.
But it's of no use at all in the face of what I can currently hear with my very own ears. That's irrefutable. And I think you should be taking this all a bit more seriously. My safety comes under your concerns as a landlord, doesn't it?
Guess so.
I definitely signed something to that extent.
In terms of the house being safe, I suppose.
And I'll dig out the paperwork if necessary. But all I'm saying is, if my arm gets mauled off by a badger and I'm forced to sue you, that won't be very pleasant for either of us.
But you don't seriously believe that a badger's got in?
Without a doubt. You're stunned. I know. I was very taken aback when I found out too. That's a natural reaction. Who wouldn't be stunned by a badger in their home?
Without a doubt.
Didn't you hear what I was saying about the sound of its claws?
I didn't realise you're an expert.
I'm not.
Are you this knowledgeable about all claws, or is it specifically badgers you can tell from the sound?
Don't be silly.
Because if it is just badgers, you might be ruling out other woodland creatures, giving them due diligence.
I understand. You're feeling defensive. Because
That's not my overriding emotion, I promise.
Because you put us both at risk. But I'm pretty sure there's a way we can think of to get rid of him together.
You're upstairs.
I don't follow.
Nothing could have got in on the ground floor because everything is locked, and I would have seen it.
You're positive?
Yes.
The front door's not been open at all the past few days, not even for a second.
But only when I came and went.
And there's not a chance he could have snuck in round your legs?
A badger.
What was your point?
You're upstairs!
He must have climbed!
What?
They can climb!
Can they?
Can't they?
Look, I know it's difficult. I know it's hard to keep a clear head when it feels like you're in danger, no matter how real or imaginary that danger may be.
It's not imagined. It's not at all imagined. Noises, actual noises, can't be imaginary, can they? It can't be imagined.
Maybe you should try imagining.
I have evidence.
What, claw prints?
Don't be silly.
A sample of badger fur to be tested?
Not yet. I have a picture.
You have a photo?
Yes.
You have a photo of a badger that is recognisably in our house?
In the hallway, yes. You can see the stain at the top of the stairs where the gutter leaked.
Shouldn't you have mentioned this before, if you had proof?
I thought you might just believe me without the need for evidence.
And you have an actual photo?
Well, I don't have an actual camera, so I've done a painting. I'm quite pleased with it. It's got a lot of motion in it. You can tell I've caught him unawares and he's about to turn and scurry off.
And you've painted this already?
Yesterday.
And we're going to take this as evidence?
You know I can only paint what I see.
Yes.
So he must have been here.
Right.
You don't sound convinced.
Well, I'm just trying to work out to what degree we could call that evidence.
Would you like to see it?
I don't think I need to see
Then
it.
you'll believe it exists.
Oh, I believe the picture exists.
Give me a second.
I don't need to see the picture.
Look.
You are aware I can't see you.
Right.
And whatever it is you're presumably holding up?
It's a picture of a badger.
All right, well, we're going to have to switch to video then.
No.
Yeah, well, how else can I see what you've got there?
No, it's not in the rules.
Look, how can I tell?
No! No video! You know we never do video!
Okay. Okay.
I'll describe it for you. The picture is of a black and white striped creature with long claws and a snouty nose. It's an incredibly lifelike portrayal of this particular woodland creature, caught as he's about to spin off from whatever has confronted him. He's got a cute, almost lovable face, with just a hint that he could suddenly turn and unleash the considerable savagery that lurks beneath. And it's black and white, did I mention that?
I think so.
What's that if not a badger?
It sounds like a badger.
Exactly. Do you believe me?
Well, you can only paint what you see.
You know that.
And you painted this yesterday?
Yes.
And what have you painted today?
Oh, why is that helpful? I'm in crisis with a badger. How is what I've painted this morning relevant?
Because I'd like to know.
Well, Well, first thing, I noticed how all the coffee rings on my desk had overlapped and interlocked like rings of a tree trunk, and I sketched that out in pencil. And I'm clearing out my wardrobe, and I've got a bag of old wire coat hangers, which I throw away. Do you want any coat
Carry
hangers?
on.
I like the way they're all jagged and jumbled together, and I wanted to try and catch the angles, so I just drew that in biro. I don't think I'll need a painted version.
So just those two?
Of course not, they were the quickest ones. I spent most of my time this morning working with oils. I hadn't made my bed properly when I sat down to work, and the duvet was half on, half crumpled on the floor at the foot of the bed. I really liked the crumples.
Why?
They really struck me as something worth painting.
But why?
It's the different lights and the different shades you get as it falls its way to the floor. There's a different kind of shade in the gap between the duvet and the bed, and there's a different kind of shade beneath where it's bunched up on the floor. And it's lighter halfway down the duvet than it is where it rests on the mattress.
Wow.
I know.
You managed to capture all that?
I hope so.
Wait, and you really got all that from an unmade bed?
I haven't got anything. It's there. It's all there. It doesn't take any of me pretending to make it there. I saw it and I put it on paper. It's true.
Like I was saying, maybe you should try pretending. Maybe you should do something more, less domestic. Because it's all just a bit plain, isn't it?
What does that matter?
It's all just a bit mundane.
Not to me.
I just think you should aim for something bigger, something less there.
I paint what I see.
You don't have to.
I paint what I see. That way I'm trustworthy.
But it's not the only way. People paint things from outside their walls, inside their minds. People make things up.
But it wouldn't be true.
It would. Or at least it wouldn't matter. Say I asked you to paint me a car. Don't go and look. You don't have to see. You don't have to look around your room and see it. Why don't you paint something you can't see?
Because it wouldn't be true.
It would be. It's just, you would have imagined it. And it might help. It might help to control the things that you imagine.
I'm in control. And I can't imagine anything more beautiful than the way the coffee rings on my desk overlap and interlock and interlace and flow into each other. And I can't imagine anything more beautiful than the way the sunlight from the garden flows into my room and hardens there for a second and illuminates all the dust floating in the air.
There's more beautiful things than dust. Why don't you, every day, imagine yourself outside of your room. Maybe that'll help.
That's your instruction, is it?
But not instruction, advice.
Oh, your expert advice.
I didn't claim to be an expert.
Oh, you just offer advice freely on all subjects.
Then you don't have to listen.
If you don't want me to listen, then don't say anything. My horizons are perfectly broad, thank you, and I don't need advice from someone who doesn't have an ounce of knowledge about what they're talking about.
Sure. I should probably get going. I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
Wait, just wait. Not just yet.
But you don't want to hear from me.
I didn't say not hear from you entirely. Just a little bit longer.
It's already been a long one.
Wait. I think I can hear something again.
Stop.
It's back.
It's time to go.
It's back. It's back. The scrabbling is back. The scratching is back. Please just stay. Even if you don't say anything, please just stay on the line so I know you're there. Thank you. Listen, you must have heard that. He's much closer. It is much clearer. He's scratching away at my door. I can hear his wet snouty nose. I can hear him sniffing all along the foot of my door. What if he gets in?
It's okay.
What if he gets in?
But nothing's going to get in, I promise.
You can't be sure.
Nothing's going to harm you.
He's scratching harder and harder. He wants to get in.
Nothing's going to get in. Just breathe for a moment. There's nothing there. I promise. I promise.
Where have you gone?
I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm here. You're safe. You're safe.
How can you say that when he's getting so frantic? He wants to get in.
Nothing's going to get in.
It's trying harder and harder, scratching more and more, snorting louder and louder. Anybody help me in?
What was that?
I told you.
What was that noise? It's coming from upstairs.
It's getting in.
Do you want me to come upstairs? Oh. Do you want me to come?
He's breaking down the door. Help!
Do you want me to come up?
Help!
I'm coming.
There you are. That was close. That was so close. It's lovely. If I close my eyes, I can feel you outside my door.
Am I sat with a badger?
No, of course not. He's run off. You scared him away. It's safe now. And you're leaning with your back against my door.
Careful.
Stop being so cautious. It fades. See, now I can feel you downstairs.
And I can feel you upstairs.
And that will wear off too. But for a moment, it's so lovely to not feel alone.
Don't you feel sad when it goes?
Yes, of course. But it's better than not at all.
You sure?
Don't look so worried.
I don't want to do this if it makes things worse.
How far up the stairs did you get?
About 2/3.
You see, we're fine. I've not got you all the way to the top yet.
Really nice to see you.
Oh, good.
No, you know what I mean.
You didn't cheat.
Almost. I really wanted to have a look when you were doing all that snorting.
I have no idea where that came from.
It was very lifelike.
I didn't practice at all. Is it concerning that I can snort like a woodland creature on demand?
Not at all. Testament to your remarkable imagination.
Stop being sneaky.
I'm not.
Very sneaky, everything you were saying about pretending. It's working. I promise it's working. It's keeping the badger at bay. And I feel like I'm getting closer and closer every time we talk. Getting out of here feels more of a possibility.
Well, then we'll keep on going and we'll keep on taking as many chances we have. And next time, we're going to do lots of pretending.
Are you calling me?
Yes.
Are you upstairs?
Yes. And you're downstairs waiting for me to get ready.
I love it when I get to be the irritable one.
And you're getting really annoyed because I'm taking forever. And we're going for a walk on the South Bank on a late July evening. And we're going to go back and sit on our bench and wait for the sun to drop behind Waterloo Bridge. Can I see a proper painting next time?
You didn't like the badger?
I just want to see something good next time. I want to see what you're actually working on.
I've started painting the sky on the ceiling. Do you want to see it now? Just quickly.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.